What is up, Carmen Nation? Welcome back to NASCAR Live. We're rocking it here with Dave Goat. Dave, you just made a weird face. I was just about to introduce you, and you just made a weird face on camera.
Sorry, I'm in the middle of doing final thoughts, and a site didn't come up for me that I wanted to, and that's why I.
Oh, did I say your name wrong? Dave's not really hard to mispronounce. But yeah, we're rocking this stream here at 12 p.m. Pacific time, just because we have a lot later of a lock. So as you know, the image, all of the promotional stuff for our NASCAR Live is 12 p.m. Eastern time, which I believe we'll return to next week unless there's a late lock. Dave can answer that riddle for us. But we are here answering your questions. If you have any questions regarding NASCAR on DraftKings, FanDuel, Monkey Knife Fight Plays, Prize Picks, this is the spot where you guys get to chime in the chat. Just type your questions. We'll get to them one at a time as we go through the slate and go through Dave's favorite plays. That being said, let's go ahead and start things off. Dave, start things off by explaining the Coca-Cola 600 in terms of what type of race it is and what we should be looking for, whether it's, dominators, people from the back, etc.
Yeah, the qualifying made it interesting, I think. The qualifying literally just ended like right before we went to the stream. So we got some chalk plays coming in. We got the DOMs are interesting, I think, this week. Probably actually makes it a little less chalky than we've seen. I think we saw in the Xfinity race where it was the cash lineups were basically no one under 50% owned. It's a mile and a half track, compares to Texas and Atlanta. It's a 600-mile race, 400 laps. It's the longest race of the season, as long as the rain holds off.
You just jinxed it. Way to go.
That would
jinxed.
Yeah, we'll see. It's thunderstorms, so it's all a matter of conditions. We'll see. Probably in cash. I just quickly put together a quick little lineup that I thought I'm gonna work on it a little bit more. But I think your 1 to 2 DOMs in cash, 2 to 3 DOMs in tournaments. That's dominators are guys who lead laps and have fastest laps. So it's kind of the strategy to start, building your lineups today. You have 3 hours to lock. 3 hours to lock.
We got a good chunk of time. So if you at any point of this stream, if you're like, I felt like I missed something, if you had to jump out, jump back in, this can be replayable. So as soon as we're done, you're gonna have 3 hours. We're probably 2.5 by the time it's done, to go through and rewind and play everything. Ryder in chat. This Dave guy's kind of cute. Awesome. There you go, Dave. You got a fan.
It's probably I know who it is. It's probably someone else's.
With like a
YouTube
alias.
account. I know exactly.
Yeah.
I know exactly who that is. So
probably. So Dave has 2 pieces of content on a weekly basis for the main races. Final Thoughts, which is like the cheat sheet that you see Final Thoughts for all the sports that we have. And he also has Dave's Drivers to Watch, which is more of an analytical, wordy breakdown, and not necessarily a cheat sheet. So that being said, the Dave's Drivers to Watch is live this very second on the website. And then Final Thoughts, now that qualifying's getting over with, he's going to be putting that up on site shortly. Now, if you have no idea what our website is, first off, it's very easy. Just put .com at the top of the title, dfskarma.com. And this is what it looks like right here. So you just go to dfskarma.com. You can either scroll down to see the different articles here. I see right here there's Dave's Drivers to Watch. Or if you simply just go to NASCAR and click on NASCAR articles, easy peasy. That's where you see everything that Dave drops on a weekly basis for the Monster Energy series. Now also, we have premium content. If you want the exact core plays that Dave is playing, if you want the Prize Picks plays, as soon as Dave locks them in, you can get them that very second, or even before that. And then also the Monkey Knife Fight plays, you're going to want to have to sign up for the NASCAR Core Plays and Props. Now, you can either click right here to the right or click subscriptions, the big thing up there at the top. It's a drop-down menu if you're on mobile, and then you just sign up for NASCAR Core Plays and Props. It's literally only $10. That's it. $10, and you get an insane amount of content, not just for this race, but for literally every race. Not just the Monsters, but also the Xfinity and the truck stuff as well. So make sure you guys sign up for the premium stuff so you get all of the top tier content. This guy right now, which I believe even after this last race, is still ranked number 1 out of all DFS analysts. So get the premium stuff. $10. We made it as cheap as possible for you guys, so just sign up for it. It can't be cheaper than that. But that being said, let's get to the first thing here. Dave, your favorite cash top tier salary guy for this one after all this qualifying has happened?
Mm-hmm. It's going to be Kevin Harvick. Kevin Harvick, I think, is a lock for me in cash. I'm going to find a way to fit him in there. He starts. I'm still looking for an official thing. It's like somewhere in like the mid 20 or like 22nd or something like that. 21st, 22nd. We kind of jumped on this pod as it was ending, so I don't know the exact starting order. But he's got great place differential. It does really good here at Charlotte Coke 600. He's won, I think, two Coke 600s. Got dominator potential, and with the place differential upside that he has starting so farther back, he becomes a great cash lock.
We have, let's see, a few questions here. Bowdy said, did Almirola, MDB, and Blaney make it easier?
They make it easier to fade one of those guys. Let's put it that way. There's one guy I didn't want to play in that, and with Almirola spinning, that kind of helped take that other guy out of there. But I think you've got to play at least two of those guys.
All right, Chad.
In your cash lineup, in your GPPs, feel free to fade one of those, or fade him here and there, depending on how many lineups you're making.
Gotcha. Chad says, all in on Almirola at that price, GPP and cash, like 100% in GPPs, or leave him out of a few because of high ownership. This is a long one, by the way. Only rolling GPP this week, but we'll stick cash line in there as well.
Yeah.
So I guess the main question is Almirola.
I guess it depends on how many lineups you're making. If you're making 3, I'd probably put him in 2, and then probably know that unless something happens to Almirola, you're getting crushed in that third one. Because Almirola's got great upside here. Was gonna save it for the end, but I think Almirola's got a chance to win today. Had a chance to win. Has a chance to win. Who knows? Starting. I think he's probably starting last. He's just got great place differential upside. You're fading him at your own risk.
I don't. Jen just typed in 22, so I don't know if she's referring to like the number
Logano?
22 driver, or I'm assuming that's what all that was typed is 22. So if she talked about 22, I guess what are your thoughts on 22?
On Joey Logano, on Prize Picks, I played him under. I said I'm trying to find Bob Pockrass. I'm trying to find the starting order here. I don't know where he qualified. So I'm probably GPPs only on Joey Logano if I'm playing him at all, depending on how many lineups you're making.
And then Chad also typed a random number as well, 5. So I guess instead of asking questions,
just messing with you because they're
instead of asking questions, now we're just typing in the number of the driver.
I got lineups to go. Let's go.
All right, let's move to the GPP top tier range. GPP, who do you got?
Top tier GPP. I'm looking at. I'm gonna go Martin Truex. I think since Harvick is your chalk cash play, and you're not gonna have to use Martin Truex here. He starts 8th. At least that's what it was when I looked at the stream. He's got winning upside here. He won here last year, I believe, and he's got he's one of the best drivers to make the transition from day to night in a race, and that's why I always like at Richmond and here and a couple other tracks where they do the day to night race. Truex always is a great play, and I think in GPPs he's probably going to get some ownership this week. I think Harvick helps for some of that ownership in tournaments, but I definitely don't mind sneaking Truex into your GPP lineups.
So it looks like Chad, he said 5 as in 5 lines. So I think he was replying to your statement of depends how many lines you're doing. For his Almirola question.
I'd put him in 4, and then, like I said, you fade him in 1, and then know if something doesn't happen to him, you're probably getting crushed in that one.
Osvaldo wants to know your thoughts on Nemechek.
Nemechek is kind of like I'm trying to do final thoughts here. I just wrote Nemechek when I'm trying to write Truex. Nemechek's probably more of a GPP play than anything. I know he was a darling last Sunday, but he's not as his qualifying spot isn't as great as it was last Sunday. When I was watching, I think he's somewhere in the 20s. So the upside for him is limited, but definitely GPP only.
All right, moving things on to the middle tier. Who is your favorite cash play for the mid-tier range?
Yeah, mid-tier range. We're gonna go with there's a couple in this range, but we're gonna go with one. The other one's pretty obvious too. Is Eric Almirola. Like I said, he spun in his qualifying lap. I'm pretty certain, unless there's some weird provisional rule thing, he's probably starting last. So his upside's huge. Like I said, he's had great speed all year. He does really good here at Charlotte. Yeah, so he's got great upside. He's a great cash play.
All right, real quick question. Sean wants to know: Bill Elliott or Jeff Gordon?
Jeff Gordon.
Perfect. He says there's only one correct answer. Exactly. All right, moving things on to the GPP side of the mid-tier range. Put your drink down, Dave. We got things to do.
Yeah, whatever. I'm the one pushing you to get done.
He just goes, no. Sean just replied to your Jeff Gordon answer. All right, mid-tier GPP.
Probably, I'm going to look at Jimmy Johnson. I think if there's a track he's going to win in his last season, and there's a race that he's going to win in his last season, it will be this one. I was like a little nervous when Kurt, until Kurt took the poll. I was like, oh man, I'm going to be forced to play Jimmy on my cash lineup. And now I'm not so certain I need to play him in my cash lineup as I was before. But Jimmy's, he's got great track history here. The Chevys have shown speed all season, so far. Last Sunday, you saw him leading laps, and the Hendrick Motorsports cars were all up there in the top 5, top 10. I can't see a reason why he doesn't finish in that again, unless he wrecks, which is Jimmy's MO of the last couple seasons. But hopefully, I'd like to see Jimmy do well here this week.
Especially in the final season as well. Sean says Jimmy Johnson trolled him last week, or he's not sure if it actually was last week or the week before that. Moving things on to the cheap side range, your favorite cash play.
Yeah, favorite cash play. Probably going to be Michael McDowell, I believe. I still don't see a dang lineup out yet. And so I was kind of putting them together as I was watching qualifying. So Michael McDowell has got, decent track history. He's probably got like a top 20 upside at the most, probably more like 22nd, 23rd. I think that people are probably going to swarm to Suarez starting in the mid 30s. I just don't think he's got the equipment at 1.5 miles to hang long enough to stay on the lead lap and stay ahead of other cars that are getting lapped, where it's going to be beneficial to playing Suarez in cash. So I'm probably going to look at like a Michael McDowell range. Like I said, once I get the starting lineup, my final thoughts will definitely be out probably within the next 20 minutes. It's within 20 minutes of ending the pod. And that'll definitely give you a better idea exactly of who I believe is cash value.
Before we get to the cheap GPP play, the Karma contest on DraftKings is not full yet as of the second, right?
Correct.
All right, so you guys, first off, getting in Discord right now is free. Not all of the premium channels, but getting in Discord, getting the gist of the back and forth conversation, and picking people's brains and kind of collabing ideas with other members of Karma Nation. It's all free. Now, all you got to do, if you see on our Twitter, go to our Twitter. It's pinned message. You just got to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Send us a screenshot, whether it's you send an email to support@dfskarma.com, you send a DM on our Twitter, or you're already in our Discord and you haven't done that yet. But yeah, so we're going to give a lot of the channels away for free, so make sure you do that if you want to get that access. But inside of our Discord, we're posting a link. I believe, actually, after this is over, Dave will tweet it real quick, and then we'll have it on our Twitter, because I think there's about 20 places left. But we're actually adding money to the GPP pool. So it's a contest for Karma Nation, for all you guys out there, all of our subscribers, all of our viewers. And if you guys actually win and we fill up the entire thing, of course, then we're going to be adding money to the prize pool. But that being said, let's move things on to the cheap side GPP. What are you looking at?
I'm looking at the lineup that Ethan just sent me. Thanks, Ethan. So yeah, Eric does start 40th. Yeah, Matt DiBenno starts 33rd. Those are two great cash plays, by the way, in the mid-tier range. McDowell starts 27th. I might go him or Cole Custer in cash. But in GPPs, probably looking at like Corey LaJoie. Starts 24th. It's a little higher than I'd like Corey for this race, but he finished the top 15 last year in this race. And I think he's got top 20 upside probably for this. Like I said, I really wish he would have qualified more like 30th. So he's definitely not a cash play, but he's more of a GPP play. Definitely someone you should look at when putting in your tournament lineups.
Ryder on YouTube also wants to know is Joan going to win the race today?
No.
All right, easy peasy.
Yep.
Then yeah, Ethan says McDowell starting 27th. So, like I said, if you caught any middle, if you just jumped in here and you didn't get his favorite plays for the top tier range or mid tier range, all this ups are replayable. We like doing them a little bit earlier before the lock actually happens, so you guys have time to replay it and rewind, fast forward as much as you want. So if you missed it, don't worry. As soon as this is over, go back to the beginning and watch what you missed. That being said, we are done with the salary range questionnaire. Now we're going to be moving on to Monkey Knife Fight, where Dave's going to look up his favorite 2-2 currently, like not just something he's looked at previously, but right now for what they're offering on the site. So you guys can lock it in along with us.
They got it up again. Yeah, I was going to say, you better be careful because they take it down for qualifying. So
favorite 2-2, and then after that we're going to go to his favorite overall Monkey Knife Fight, or Prize Picks lock for their NASCAR options as well. So Monkey Knife Fight, favorite 2-2 or 2-3 or whatever play that is your favorite.
Okay, so let's go to a where's it at? There it is. Okay. I love the 2 of 3s. I love the 2 of 3s, the 3 of 4s. They're great plays for NASCAR. And right now they got Kyle Busch 21.5, Harvick 18.5, and Truex 17.5. I'm going to go ahead because they do not score place differential anymore. They used to do that last year. Now it's just finishing position and laps led. So that makes it huge because Harvick started in 21st. I don't think he's good. We have to worry as much about him being a dominator and dominating a good portion of this race. So less on Kevin Harvick. Kyle Busch starts, where does he start? He starts 11th. Again, he's probably, if he's going to lead laps, it's going to be later on in the race. So there's a chance he could go over. I'm going to still stick with the less. Truex. I like Truex to win this race. I'm going to hit more at 17.5. So it's Kyle Busch, less 21.5. Harvick, less 18.5. And Truex, more 17.5. And put that in, hit submit.
Boom. And lock it in along with us. Pull up Monkey Knife
and
Fight.
It's along. I really can't stand Monkey Knife Fight. They just took it off.
As soon as
they're listening to our,
they're watching our stream. They're like, oh well, Dave
now
just
they just took
something.
everything off.
They're probably updating it for
Monkey
qualifying.
Knife Fight doesn't have anything on right now, so.
Yeah, it's probably just an update there. So if you don't guys know what Monkey Knife Fight is, that's where we're picking over under a certain amount of fantasy points for the drivers, as Dave just mentioned. Now, when he says 2-3, what that means is that we're picking 3 drivers, and only 2 of them have to hit. So if one person does the opposite, if we say over and they go under, we say under, they go over. One person can still do the opposite of what we want, and we can still cash on that one. So if the contests come back up and that one's there, you can lock that back in. But let's just keep things moving along to Prize Picks. The current options of Prize Picks. What is your favorite over/under play?
Yeah, I liked them better last night. I'm waiting for it to load up on my phone now that I was on. Oh, yeah, whatever.
You're leaning back, and all we can see is your eyeballs.
Good. That's how I like it. Get off my name screen. Come on. I'm getting the verifying your location thing. Hold on.
Way to go,
Still
Dave.
some time.
We got 6,000 people watching this stream right now. 6,000 people watching the stream, and they all have their apps, their Prize Picks apps pulled up. They're ready to lock in the play of all plays.
Mm-hmm. Play of all plays last night. I'm just telling you that right now. Let's go. Let's see. Like I said, I think Truex wins, so I'm good with an over on 36 on Truex. I'm good with a under Ryan Blaney, 28.5.
You said under on that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll give you one more just for fun here. Yeah.
Triple-double.
Brad Keselowski, under 32. There's your 3. That way, and flex, because it's NASCAR, anything can happen. One of these, if it wrecks, then cool, the under's hit. But if, the Truex sort of wreck, then he's going to go under. The other 2 go under, you still hit. So always flex. That's why I like to get 3 out.
Chad, it's probably because we're pretty confident in the fact that it's they're updating numbers over and over and over again because qualifying just recently happened.
Yeah,
so
I'm
just want to make sure they have
too.
the best. They want to have the best, most competitive lines out there. So we got some Monkey Knife plays. Hopefully it's still there if it comes back up. If not, if you're in our Discord in the NASCAR Premium, which is something you get when you sign up for NASCAR core plays, then I mean as soon as they come back up, just say, hey Dave, what do you like right now, and he'll find something. Prize Picks, we got the plays in. If you missed any part of this stream whatsoever, as I mentioned a million times, it is replayable. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. We're going to be doing now we got an official note that NBA is returning to me here in Orlando starting in late July. So we're going to be having NBA live streams. MLB should be coming in the next couple months as well. So we're going to be having those live streams. We're going to have a ton of content coming out on this channel for DFS and sports betting. Make sure you subscribe to it. Hit the little bell icon because that gets you a little notification when we do go live. But if you have any questions after this stream is over with, just hit Dave up in the chat. If you're a premium member, hit him up in NASCAR Premium. If you're someone who just joined for free in our free Discord channel of NASCAR, ask questions there as well. He's more than happy to answer them. But hope everybody stays safe. Enjoy the holiday weekend if it's something you can enjoy, given the circumstances at hand. But I will see you guys on our next one. And Dave, do you know when?
You don't want any bets or anything?
No, I don't want your bets. Your bets are so not accurate. You've only won like 2 times in a row in the past 2 weeks, which is 100% accuracy.
I hit on Sunday. I hit on Wednesday. It's okay.
Yeah.
No. Everyone on Bet Karma or Discord right now is going to be mad at you because I didn't give out the bets on there.
Anyway, I was going to finish with that. What I was saying, though, is, Dave, that for the next race, what's the next start time next Sunday? Do you know off the top of your head?
It's on. we have a race on Wednesday.
Well, no, the next Sunday race is it?
Sunday race. It's probably like 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock or something like that. The noon podcast will be fine if that's what you're asking.
Yeah, so we may be doing a podcast, a live stream as well for Wednesday, depending on scheduling, and then also Sunday as well. So yeah, just make sure you subscribe to this channel. But that being said, let's go ahead to the bets. So what we do with Dave every week for the bets is we get his favorite driver outside the top 5 favorite odds of drivers to win, and then the least favorite odds that he thinks has a outside chance of winning. So favorite driver outside the top 5. Who are you looking at?
Well, I've already told over there in our Bet Karma Racing Discord how much I like Truex today. He's the favorite though to win at 5-1. The other guy I like that's just outside of the top 5 is Alex Bowman at 10-1.
All right, so that's your favorite one outside the top 5. Now your favorite driver with the worst odds, you think as everything goes right, all the stars align for him, has an outside chance to win this race. Who is that going to be, and what is their odds?
Man, I feel better if he didn't spin in qualifying at the start from 40th because I really liked him to win this week as a dark horse. But we'll go with it anyways because, well, it's Memorial Day weekend and we're going to have some fun. It's Eric Almirola, 66-1.
So you think even though he's starting from the back, there's still an outside chance?
He's got a fast car. He does really good here.
Brian,
I'm not worried about him. He's definitely probably like a top 7, top 8 car. And if you want on DK Sportsbook, the top 3 is like 16-1. You could hit that if you don't think he's gonna win. But yeah, I think he's got a chance. Starting 40th sucks. He's got to get through the field and get up there to lead, but I think it's possible. He hasn't, like I said in my article, I think yesterday, he hasn't finished outside the top 11 in all these tracks similar to Charlotte last season. And I think he's got a chance to win. It's a long shot, so things have to happen for him to win, but he could win. Just like I like Clint Bowyer on Wednesday, and Clint Bowyer I think was 40-1, and he led the first and second stage, and then did what Clint Bowyer does and got stupid and hit the wall and ruined his chance to win. But Denny Hamlin won, who was my other pick. So
Sean just said the Umroll is if you're not first, your last pick. So Brian, you asking where Discord is. So Brian, shoot us a DM on Twitter. Our Twitter is at DFS_Karma. That's a home Twitter. So shoot us a DM there. If you do not have Twitter for whatever reason, shoot me an email at support@dfskarma.com and we'll get you in the Discord. So Sean said it's an app, but if you want to get access to it, shoot us a DM on Twitter or shoot us an email and we'll get you in there to get all the access to all the free channels so you can pick Dave's brain just a little bit more. But that being said, if you want to watch the replay, it's going to be popping up roughly 5-10 minutes after this ends here. Hope you guys are in the green. If you win, grab those screenshots, throw them up on Twitter, tag at DFS_Karma, and we'll see you guys maybe Wednesday, but definitely Sunday. Go ahead. What are you saying?
Ethan just DM'd me and told me that Monkey Knife Fight is back up. Let's see if it's still there.
Yeah, Jose just said it. Yeah. All right. So we got. We'll try to squeeze in one more thing now that these are back up.
It's still there.
So
do what I said before.
So that play that he mentioned is still there. So you can plug the exact same thing you mentioned. But let's just recap it real quick. It was more or less 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
Your 3 plays were
Kyle Busch and Kevin Harvick less, Truex more. I know
Boom.
Ethan loves that play because he just loves himself some Martin Truex.
All right. So it's back up. Plug that play in. That still counts as a winning screenshot when it hits. So throw it up on Twitter, tag at DFS_Karma, and we will see you guys hopefully Wednesday, but definitely next Sunday for the race. And until then,